Okay, well, it is just about that time, so I'm not going to wait. People will jump on and they can watch the recording if they want. So, you might be wondering, why isn't Lauren here? I thought that we were doing listings with Lauren, and we were, but Lauren is so busy launching 7 new listings this week that she was not able to, she didn't have the capacity to take on this training. So we will be rescheduling listings with Lauren. That will probably be happening in September. I know that's a ways out, but that was the soonest we could reschedule it for. But in the meantime, Jennifer, thank you very much, Jennifer, for being willing to jump in and take over this training last minute, which I actually think is a really good thing because Jennifer is going to be going over some more RealScout stuff with us. So now that we've been on RealScout for what, maybe like a month, maybe 3 weeks, but
yeah, about 3 weeks.
Now that we've been on RealScout and Wailopo is gone and done, I think you guys have probably found that some more questions have come up. There's more to learn. You know, it's a new system, and there's always going to be a little bit of a learning curve. But Jennifer has come up with a list of like best practices, common questions. And so she's going to be doing a follow-up training to the last RealScout training that we did. I tried to say did and had at the same time. She's going to do a follow-up training to that today. So again, if you were expecting listings, I'm sorry, that is coming. We just had to reschedule because you guys are killing it with all the listings. But I think that RealScout is going to be a really good training for all of us to do in the meantime. So Jennifer, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Right. Sounds good. All right. Anybody has any questions throughout any of this, please stop me and ask away. I would like for this to be interactive. Remember too, as I've said earlier, I don't have all the answers yet. I'm learning RealScout right alongside all of you. And what I thought we could do today, as Ashley said, I got asked to do this kind of last minute. So I had to, plan some things very quickly. I thought that we could just go over, just do basically like a review of a lot of the stuff that's been posted in the Slack channel over the last 2 or 3 weeks, some things that we have been discovering as we are working with RealScout. So let me see if I can get my screen shared here. This is the one I want. All right, can everybody see my Canvas screen here?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Let me get this into present. There we go. So today, what we're going to talk about is just do a little review of setting up searches. What do my clients receive from RealScout? That question has come up a couple of times. So we'll look at a little marketing page that they sent out that shows us exactly what it is that your clients are receiving from them. How do I get new clients in FUB and RealScout? So this would be for your SOI clients, how you get them in there. Using an ISA, where do I find help? And then just some questions and answers. So we'll start off with this screen here, which I thought was really important. This one came up just maybe last week or the week before. If you go into your RealScout and you see all these clients here that are highlighted in pink, that means there's not a search set up for them. So this is a project that the ISAs and I have been going through all of these clients that we have assigned to us to make sure that searches are set up for every client that we have in RealScout. We don't want to have clients taking up space in our RealScout that don't have searches set up for them. Also, it's really important that they're receiving things from you, because we only have a few days left of Wailopo, and then they're not going to be receiving anything from us if you don't have them set up in RealScout. So it's really important to go through your client list that you have in RealScout and see if you have any that are highlighted in pink. Some of the clients that come in to our follow-up boss do have an automated search set up for them. Bart went over that in the training that we had. It's a certain percentage above and below the asking price of what they clicked on, as well as just the one particular town or zip code that we have in there. So we want to make sure that we're going into all of our clients, go through your Agent 50, make sure all of your clients have a search set up for them that's correct based on what they are looking for, what area that they want to be on. If you have a client, let's say that comes in from Zillow, they're coming in with a specific property that they have clicked on, and it's going to use that property to start their search. Same goes for realtor.com. Those come in with like a specific property that they're inquiring about, and it's going to use that property to set up their search. If you have clients that you're receiving from, for example, Veterans United and Rocket Homes, they do not come in with a property inquiry. They just come in as a new lead from Rocket Homes, from Rocket Mortgage. They do not have a property that is attached to them in any way. So for those clients, as you can see here on my screen, these are some of my leads that have been already moved to the pond. We've got Veterans United, Rocket Homes, even a lot of Ojo. They're not necessarily inquiring on a property, so they don't have anything attached to them. So we want to make sure we go in and do that as soon as we speak to the client. Does anybody have any questions on that? I know I kind of spent a lot of time on this one, but this one's like near and dear to me right now. This is really super important. If you have clients in pink, set them up on a search.
I have a question, Jennifer.
Yes.
Wendy. What about legacy searches that maybe I've posted or gotten started on MLS, you know, do an automatic search for somebody that's been looking for like maybe the last 3 or 4 months. Am I going to move those over to?
I would recommend that you keep everything in one location. It's easier for you. I think easier for the client if they're getting all of their information from one source. So, I mean, that's up to you if you have clients that you have set up on different searches in the MLS, but this is a really great platform that we're using here. And I think it's just easier for everyone and less confusing for the client if everything comes from one place.
I would agree with that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. This is a little marketing piece that was sent to us from RealScout. This is what your client is going to receive. So when your clients were moved over to RealScout, we had this question come up a couple of times. Do they receive some kind of like a welcome email or something that lets them know that we changed platforms? And the answer to that is no, they do not. So I'm working on a template right now that I've sent over to Brenda, waiting for her feedback on that. But something that we can use to send out to our clients that just says, hey, you know, we've upgraded our search, you know, platform, and we're using this amazing new thing called RealScout. Just want to let you know that you're going to start receiving emails from them. But this is basically what your clients are receiving. It just starts sending them listing alerts. And what they send is really nice and it's really customized. But if you have clients who you think are in that kind of zone where they might question what is being sent to them in their email, you just might want to reach out to them and let them know, hey, just wanted to let you know, we upgraded our home search platform. You're going to start receiving these different listing alerts from us. I'm turning the other ones off, and just delete their YLOPO searches and go ahead and get them started in RealScout. Like I said, you know, with Wendy's question, I think it's just easier for our clients, easier for everyone if we have everything coming from the same place. And what they receive from RealScout is absolutely beautiful. So you can feel confident sending this to your clients. Here's another page, marketing page that they sent us that just shows, you know, how it compares the different homes. Bart had gone into this a little bit in the training, as well as like how it shows like the different rooms of the house together. So if they have 3 different homes that they want to compare side to side, it shows what the different kitchens look like. This is really beautiful. This is really valuable material that we're sending out to our clients here. So again, just wanted to reiterate this, what it looks like and how beautiful this is, what we're sending out to our clients, just to, you know, reiterate that this is the way that we should be going. The next thing I wanted to talk about here is the links. We've talked a little bit about this too. There's a couple of links that you can send out to your clients that you will find in your extras, in your RealScout. When you go in there and you start clicking around on things and you find all these different amazing things. When you send out this link, this is the one here, the Market My RealScout platform, which Serri had highlighted in the Slack channel last week. And then there's also this one. If you go into extras and you go under social media, there's one here. You can copy the link to a clipboard, you can share it, or you can link it straight to your Facebook page if you have a particular home that you want to highlight. Just want to make sure that you know when you're sending these links out, these are for new clients that aren't already in your follow-up boss. When you send these links out to clients that are already in your follow-up boss, if they go ahead and register through this link, it's going to import them into follow-up boss as a RealScout sourced client. So it's going to make a duplicate lead. So we want to make sure that when we're using these incredible links that you have access to now, that you're using these at like your open houses, you're using them with your SOI, you're using them with folks that you meet in the field, and not sharing these with your clients that are already in your follow-up boss. If they're already in your follow-up boss, they're already receiving listing alerts from RealScout. So there's no need to share anything with them that causes them to go in and sign up. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Yeah, Jennifer, what if it's an SOI that we've already put in follow-up boss and they don't have RealScout?
So what you would want to do in that case is just, you can add the tag RealScout to your lead and follow-up boss, and they will begin receiving the listing alerts from RealScout. So if they're a lead that is your SOI that you already have in there, you can add the RealScout tag. They'll start receiving these listing alerts and you don't have to use any of the links with them.
And since there's not a property, like when they come in from one of our referral sources, how does it know what type of listing alert to send them?
You would need to then go in and set up their listing alert manually for them.
Okay.
Yep. Any other questions on that? Okay. All right. The next one that we have here is this one came up on our Slack channel. I believe it was last week, where you can actually have your clients, you can require them to register, or you can let them just search on your site. So I had posed the question to Andrea, is this something that we should go in and turn on for everyone? And her answer was that, you know, it should be left up to you if you want people to have to register, or if you want people to be able to just search on your site without registering. So I just wanted to call this to your attention of where you would find this. You go into your account under your profile settings, and then you'll see here this this box that says require homebuyer registration to search and view listings. If you check off that box, everyone who visits your website will have to create a login and register. So that's another way for you when you're sharing those links, those marketing links. If you want people to have to register, then you'll want to go ahead and go in and check off this box. And that's going to be up to your personal preference, if you want everybody to have to register, or if you want people to just be able to go to your website and search. Okay. Any questions on that one?
So if they don't register, there's no way to capture their information.
Yes, correct. You wouldn't be capturing all the stuff that they're looking at. They would just be able to freely search on your website. Yep. So I kind of feel like this is probably a good thing, but we wanted to leave it up to everybody to choose for themselves. Okay. All right. And then the last question that we had come up last week was RealScout and our ISA team. So when you have a lead that you have in your Agent 50 that you want to assign over to an ISA, okay, to remove it from your Agent 50. So these are for leads that you want to put your ISA in the agent position and move yourself to the collaborator position. One of the things that does with RealScout is it goes ahead and it transfers the leads information over to your ISA because they're in the agent position. Okay. So then what happens if the client reaches out to you and they have a question or they want to update their search and you go click on their RealScout link, it's going to show you an error message because that client is now assigned over to the ISA. And the ISA will also receive any like alerts and communications from the client as well. So they'll receive the emails and any alerts that they need to look at, and then they'll relay that information back over to you through your follow-up boss by notes and stuff if it's something that the client needs to be reached out on. But if you wanted to go in and make changes to that client's search, it's very simple. All you have to do is put yourself back in the agent position, and then that client will transfer back over to you in RealScout. So you can go into their portal, then you can update any information that you need to in their search. And then you can either leave yourself in the agent position if you're going to stay back in contact with them and start working with them more closely at that time, or you can move the ISA back to the agent position. So it's just a little extra added step, but I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that that was how that worked. You need to be in the agent position in Follow-Up Boss in order to access that client's search history. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. So again, like as I said, if the ISAs are receiving communications from the clients, if they're in the agent position, they'll let you know if anything important comes up or any appointments need to be set or anything like that. Okay. And that was pretty much all I have on my slides. Does anybody have any questions about anything you've come across so far that that's kind of tripping you up?
I do.
Yes, Wendy.
So you mentioned earlier that, you know, the leads can go to our website. Are you talking about the Real website that we have?
The RealScout, your link in RealScout. So you know how you had like a profile before through Ylopo? You have a profile like that now through RealScout. So when you send out any of those links for your clients to search on, if they click on them, they can just click on the link and they can search for homes.
Okay. Well, I might
without having to register unless you have that box checked.
Okay, very good. I might be a little unusual in that I've been with Real for more than 4 years now, and when I first joined, I got a free website from Real. So that's the website I thought you were talking about, but you're talking about the RealScout.
The one, yeah, the one that's powered through RealScout. So it would be like, if you think of the two, just think of RealScout as completely replacing what you're used to looking at through Ylopo. Same kind of thing. It's just completely replacing what you would have seen through what was powered through Ylopo before.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So Jennifer, I have a question, and maybe I have not been able to dive into this as deeply as I normally would like to. I probably would have more questions if I have, but I know with Ylopo, I kind of liked in Follow-Up Boss over to the side, it would show us all the activity. If we could just click on it and view all and see everything they had looked at.
Mhm.
Do we still have an option to do something like that? How do we
So-
go in rather than waiting for it to notify us and look at what they're seeing?
Yes, so if you're looking at your clients, let me see if I can close
Anybody
this.
else wondering that question too, or am I the only one?
So
Not
a
the only
couple
one.
of different things. So like you can see here, I don't know, I'm just in a client lead right now that somebody had asked a question on. You can see here what they have received. If they've received a home value alert, it would say 1 here. If they received a market, like it will show you what they have received and clicked on here in this area. And then it will also show you over here, their recent activity. So like this one is an older client that was in our home bot. And this is just showing that when they had last clicked on our home bot. So you'll still see their activity over here under activity. And then you'll also see it here under custom fields. And the other thing you'll want to keep an eye out for too is in your emails. I started receiving email alerts from RealScout as well that will tell me who my active clients were. And it gives you like a list of names of people who had recently searched or had clicked on homes, or if they sent a message. And then you can go over to your RealScout, go into that client and see what it is that they have been doing in there.
Hey, Jennifer.
Yes.
Also, you can see what everybody is doing on the home screen under dashboard and live feed.
Yes.
So that's a super easy way to see who opened what, who favorited what.
Let me
You can
see.
also do that.
And that's if you're logged into RealScout, not in FUB, right? That's in RealScout.
That's in RealScout. You can also
Yeah.
get the RealScout Pro app, and it's the first screen that opens when you open the
Okay.
app.
Yep. So this is just, again, like another, like a mindset shift, I think. It's just another tab that I keep open now on my computer when I'm working, is I open my follow-up boss and I open my RealScout, and I have them right next to each other. And you can go back and forth between the two. So it does show you who's been active, what they've looked at, if they opened the email, if they didn't open the email, if their email address was rejected, they tried to send something and it came back. You can also see who disabled their accounts or deleted their accounts. So if you have clients that you're like unsure, like maybe you were going to move this one to the pond and you had been trying to like hang on to them for a little bit longer, and you see they've deleted their accounts or removed themselves from RealScout, it's kind of an indication maybe you want to reach out to them again and see, why they had done that. Did they already find a home? Are they no longer looking? So it's just kind of a mindset shift of going back and forth between follow-up boss and here. And you can see everything here in one place on this front home screen here. All right. Any other questions? I think it's really great, like how, you all are starting to use it and sharing things on the channel so that everybody kind of is learning from each other as well. And I think, like you said too, Annabelle, like using the Pro app on your phone is really great as well.
I have one
Jen,
more.
this is super helpful. Oh, go ahead.
Thank
Annabelle.
you.
When they receive an email with listing alerts, what
Mhm.
does the email address look like where it's coming from being sent to them? Is it from my email address or from RealScout?
I am not sure the answer to that one, but I can find out for you.
Okay.
My email address. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
I have one, Jennifer.
Yes.
And sorry if we missed it. I think earlier you talked about one of the ways to not send like cherry pick properties to clients that we've already got into RealScout. But could you just go over that again? Like if we want to send, say we want to text a client a list of like 3 cherry pick properties and text it over to them, what's the best way to send them those links?
So you would want to go into that client's profile in your RealScout and send it from there. And what I had talked about earlier was not using, let me see.
I've been
So
using that
there,
board.
yeah, so there are these links when you look in your marketing, under your extras, and they say like market my RealScout profile. And that was on, I think, this slide, next one, right here. So like these links right here, that's what you don't want to use if you have a client that's already in RealScout. What you would want to do is go into your client's RealScout profile and find homes for them in there and then send them through your RealScout. So you'll message them from their RealScout profile. Does that make sense?
How do you do that?
So you're going to actually go into a client's profile. This one doesn't have a search alert set up. Hang on. And again, these are things that I don't use on a regular basis. So if anybody else has done this and would like to speak up, please do so as well. So what you would do is you would go into your client's saved searches and you're going to send them everything through this app. So you can see all of the stuff that they have been doing in their profile. You can see what their saved searches are, if they've liked anything, what their recent activity was, all in here. You can see which emails they've opened. And then you can message them from your RealScout. And the other thing I wanted to point out too, that I had put on one of the slides was where to find help for all of this stuff too. And I posted a lot of that in the Slack channel. If you go into RealScout support and go under help and tutorials, you can type just about anything in this search bar. I've typed so many things in here. Just type in what it is that you want to do and what you're looking to accomplish. And they've got like tons of really super helpful, like 1 and 2 minute videos that will show you how to do just about anything it is that you need to do for your client. And this is where I have been getting probably about 90 to 95% of my information as I've been going through this, is just going through these tutorials. But always the best thing to do is just to start going in here, clicking on stuff, using it, actually get fully immersed in it. We have some things. When we send them a message through RealScout, it's going to them. My understanding from RealScout, Lauren, your question is that it's only going to them through email. And somebody can correct me on that if I'm wrong, but that was my understanding of it, was that it just goes to them through email.
Yeah, I click on the properties I want to cherry pick, and then I copy the link and text it to them.
Mm-hmm. Copy the links over into a text through Follow Up Boss.
Yes.
Yep, paste it into a Follow Up Boss text message.
It's the same thing you have to do with Zillow, but I don't like using Zillow because obviously it shows the listing agent info. So
yep. And the nice thing too, what Bart had gone over with RealScout as well, is that it always shows your information.
Yeah, I think that's what I've still been trying to figure out, Jennifer, and I'll have to spend some time on the tutorials, is just how to go in and cherry pick. Because in Wailopa, it was really easy to do a quote unquote push listing. Just grab 2 or 3 places and you know, I was emailing them. I wasn't texting them like Mark was asking about, but
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what I need. That's on my list of things to figure out how to do as well, because I think we've all had a lot of success with the training that Telane's provided of, you know, just making that touch of just one house and pointing out what we think they're going to like about it. And what do you think? And ask them. I got 2 appointments in 1 week just off of doing that. So I'm not being as effective with that right now.
Okay.
And so anyway.
Okay, that's great feedback, Sheree. Thank you, because that's something that I can go in and research how to do that and do a Loom video for everybody on the team on how to do that too.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm writing that one down.
I've been
right
wanting to get in there and figure it out, but I've got escrows and showings and I just haven't had time. I haven't had time to dive in and learn all this stuff. So yeah.
Yep, perfect. All right, I wrote that one down. That one I'll work on today. I'll dive into that one.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sheree, that's called a first world problem.
Yeah, right. But you know how it goes. Like, we got to keep stuff in the pipeline. I'm like, okay, I need more deals. So I got to be getting people going. So yeah, I want to be able to text them homes.
Yeah. So this is a really great resource here. There's so many good like little videos in here, and they're short. So they're not like, you know, like a long 45-minute tutorial on something. There's just quick little videos and explanations, and they show you what to click on and how to click and everything, that are just quick little 2 and 3 minute fixes. Okay. Anybody else have any feedback or anything that was a really good one that I can research how to do for you all. I wrote down your email address question as well, Annabelle. So I have a running list over here. All right. Well, if there isn't anything else, that is all I have got for today. I hope everybody's like really, you know, gonna dive into this and start using it. Like I said, Wailopa, we only have a couple more days left with it. So go in, find your leads that are highlighted in pink, get all of those set up on searches, and anything that comes up as you're going through, just reach out to me on Slack.
Thanks, Jen.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jen.